Hines Ward, former Steeler wide receiver, back on the program. Good morning, Hines. How are you?
Dan, good morning, my brother. Good morning.
We just talked about you could have one album, only one album to listen to the rest of your life. That album for you would be?
Michael Jackson, Thriller.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's classic.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
timeless.
Yeah. Some of the Danettes said Prince. But did you ever meet Michael Jackson or Prince?
No, I've never met him. I wish that was on my bucket list, but
not happening now.
No, it's not happening now. But I still listen to their music every day. I get a chance, and I hear their song. I turn it up, and I do a little lip sync in my car. So people out there think I'm crazy in the car sometimes when that music come on.
All right. Here's a question I had yesterday that people, and I even asked Ben Roethlisberger about this with Antonio Brown, that people are now looking at Antonio and saying maybe he's an MVP candidate, one of the top 2, 3, 4 MVP candidates. If I said that there's one guy, who's the one guy you can't take away from the Steelers right now? Who's the one guy you can't replace?
I think Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, so how can Antonio Brown be an MVP if Ben is more valuable to his own team, Hines?
I don't know, but I just think Ben, the things that he's done, the ball, everyone talks about the great catches, but also I look at the balls that Ben are throwing. I mean, they're right there where only he can get them, and I just think the two together, they have to go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other, and I think a lot of AB opportunities and some of the balls that he catches, I think a lot comes from Ben Roethlisberger of having trust and having confidence that I know where he's going to be. I can just throw it there. I know he's going to get it. So it's hard for me to just sit there and say Antonio Brown when Ben is lighting it up in the month of December. So I think they go hand in hand, Dan.
What do you expect out of the Patriots coming off a bad loss against Miami, and maybe subpar standards that Brady's had the last 3 weeks? What do you expect from them going into the game on Sunday?
Well, I expect them to come out, to be focused. Of course, they get Gronk coming back from suspension, but it's rare that you see the New England Patriots lose 2 games in a row, Dan. So I just know the attention to detail, just, from special teams, defense, offensively. They'll put it all together. I just, this is for, the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
So it's a very important game for both sides. So I know they're both going to have that playoff atmosphere. I can't wait to watch it.
He's Hines Ward, former Steeler wide receiver. You told me this story. I've told this story, too, that you got hit in a Ravens game. And you got hit and you got your bell rung. I don't know if Ray Lewis hit you, but you grabbed your ankle instead of your head.
Yes. Ray Lewis, I was diving for a first down. He hit me. I think we were wearing our throwback uniforms at the time, so it was actually the first time I actually wore that helmet that season. And I got my bell rung, and all I can hear is I heard Suggs screaming. I heard Ray Lewis. I heard Ed Reed, and I was trying to get up like a dizzy boxer who got his bell rung, and I was getting up, and I wanted to stay in the game. So instead of I tried to play it off and grab my ankle, like my ankle was hurting. But that didn't work. That didn't work, Dan. They took my helmet away, and I was out for the rest of the game. What
are Suggs and Ed Reed and Ray Lewis saying to you as you're on the ground?
I can't say right now. they were saying some not so nice things, man. Not so nice things, but that's just a part of that rivalry. As always, it was a great game last week. It's always going to come down to the last series, and that's what makes that rivalry so special, Dan.
But do you look at the Hines Ward rule? Do you look at that with pride? That's this crackback block that you're not allowed to do, that you made it illegal? How do you feel about that?
What I feel about it, don't get mad at me or the guys that are doing it. Get mad at your coaches for telling you not to be aware of this guy, what he does. I mean, because it's still a part of football. You can't tap somebody on the shoulder and be like, hey, I'm about to hit you.
Yeah.
Get ready. It's just a part of the game. But I don't think, I was there in Cincinnati when Juju hit Burkett, and I thought it was a clean hit. He led with his shoulder, And, I didn't agree with him standing over him, but I did it when I was young as well. So, when you're young, he's still a rookie in the league. Now I said later on in my career, I hit Ed Reed, and I was calling for the trainers to come help him. So instead of standing over him, I was reaching for him. But it's still a part of the game. I mean, there's not one football player that's played on that field that has got cracked back on at some point. I mean, it happens every play on special teams. You see a long punt return. You see 3 or 4 guys get cracked back, but they don't call it. It's not illegal in that sense, but it's still a crackback because the punt returner is going the other way and the rest of the team is going the opposite way. So, I don't know. I take pride in it, I guess, but sometimes it's still the game of football. I understand they try to make it safer.
Did you ever get one of those blindside blocks where somebody popped you?
All the time, Dan.
Because they were waiting. They were waiting to hit you.
Ben threw an interception. I had 6 guys hunting me down. I avoided one, but the other guy called me. It was like playing Frogger. At the game of Frogger, I got called in the highway, Dan. I got called in the middle of the highway. It wasn't a good hit. It wasn't a good look, trust me.
Let me give you our poll question. McLevin, read the poll question to Hines Ward and get his opinion on this.
If you were Sam Darnold or Josh Rosen and you thought the Browns might take you at number 1, would you go to the Browns, go back to school, or publicly say you don't want to go to Cleveland?
Oh, that's tough. You know what? Me being me, I would love to take on the challenges. I love challenges. I want to be the part. What do you got to lose? You're 0-16 for the rest of the season, so you can't get any worse than that, right? So if you win one game, you're the savior. So if I'm Sam Darnold, I'm up for the challenge to go to Cleveland and see if I can turn things around.
Hines joins us on behalf of On Location Experiences. You want to give us the pitch of what you guys are doing and the Super Bowl tickets that are going to be available with this?
Well, Dan, it's a one-stop shop, for the Super Bowl experience. If you're an ultimate NFL fan, you just want to experience everything about the Super Bowl, man, go out, get your tickets on NFLOnLocation.com. I went there 2 years ago in San Francisco. I got up on the DJ booth, man. I had a blast. You had some of the great celebrities, the great former players. I was hanging out with Marcus Allen. It's just a great experience. So, we're going to be in Minnesota. Hopefully my Steelers make it. I know Steeler Nation is going to turn up, and we're going to have a great time. So I'm looking forward to it. Log on. So, if you want to get your tickets, go online to NFLOnLocation.com and sign up for it. It's a great experience, Dan.
Good to talk to you, Hines. Hopefully we'll see you in Minnesota. Thanks for joining us as always.
Anytime, Dan. Anytime, my brother.
That's Hines Ward, former Steeler wide receiver.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.